I know you're probably wondering what I'm doing in a hospital bed. Well, guys, let's just say this weekend was very, very eventful.
And I'm catching feelings, baby.
So let's start from the beginning. I woke up the morning prior with a swollen face. I thought I just had like a toothache, nothing serious. This is the picture I sent to my sister. I was like, yo, does my face look swollen? And she was like, yes. We just thought it was a regular toothache, nothing too seriously. And I just went on about my day. By 10 p.m. that night, I was getting ready to go to bed, and I had FaceTimed my sister, and she was like, yo, like your face has gotten bigger to the point where it's going into your eye. And I called my doctor, and she said that I needed to go to the ER. This is me leaving my house, getting ready to go to urgent care. And as you can see, my right side is significantly more swollen than the left. So this is me at urgent care when they told me that I had a case of facial cellulitis. And basically, it's when your face is inflamed because you have a cut or something that's been infected inside of your mouth or your gums, and it causes your face to swell and fill up with pus and other toxins. And if it was left untreated, you can, of course, die or even become blind. Because they were urgent care, they told me I would need to go to a hospital because I would need surgery as soon as possible because the inflammation kept getting bigger and bigger and they weren't able to perform it. So I then went to the hospital around 11 o'clock and I was literally there until 6:45 without any pain medicine. This is me in the ambulance being transported to another hospital, the third one of the night. Well, at this point, it's the next day because they didn't have the oral surgeons to perform the surgery for me. Again, no pain medicine. You guys, I literally have the best nurse. Yes, my face is still swollen, but look at all these blankets and pillows, and they're heated. Like, she just gave me some morphine, so I could be super duper high, but she's so cool. But I'm just waiting to hear from the oral surgeons so they can figure out how they're going to either drain my face or extract my tooth. This is the most painful thing I've ever been through. Going into surgery. This is me post-surgery, looking ashy and dry. But they got the tooth out. Yo, I'm in so much pain. And they won't bring me no water, no pain medicine, no nothing. And I'm sitting here dying. Okay, not really, but that's what it feels like. I'm tired. Hey guys, so if you guys watched the beginning of the video, you guys saw like literally my whole experience of being in the hospital this weekend. Today is Monday, so I think I'm gonna upload this video today. So yeah, this stuff is what I've been going through all weekend. I can still barely move this side of my face. This is where it was, and you can still see a little bit of swelling right here in this area, but I'm comfortable enough to be on camera, which honestly I still posted the pictures of my face swollen. So anyway, here we are. So y'all, why I look cockeyed? Am I cockeyed? Oh my gosh, y'all let me know if I look a little cockeyed. Anyway, so facial cellulitis. So that's what I had. I had a tooth that needs to be removed. It cut the inside of my gums, cheek. One of them got infected, made my face swell up in a matter of hours. So right now, of course, the tooth is gone. I was gonna post pictures of what they extracted, but it's a lot of blood, and I didn't want to gross nobody out. But it was like 3 roots that they extracted, or 3 teeth, I guess, or whatever. I do have teeth that needed to be pulled. I still got my wisdom teeth, y'all. So there's a lot of stuff going on in my mouth that it needed to be pulled anyway. So I really wasn't tripping. I know I had someone ask like if it was gonna like affect my eating, like did I need to get it replaced? Like no, it was a tooth like way in the back that will not affect my eating. I gotta hurry up because my mouth is filling up with lots of spit, and I'm really scared to swallow it because I know it's mixed in with blood and pus, because the wound is still open in my mouth because it's still draining. So I'll make the story quick. I just want to give my experience. You always hear people talk about Black women experiences when they deal with people in the medical field or when they go to the hospital, and how our pain tolerance is often ignored. The whole time that I was in the hospital, keep in mind I went to an urgent care and 2 hospitals, no one took my pain tolerance seriously. Like, I remember I cried at the urgent care and they were just like, yeah, you need to go to the hospital. I got to the hospital, I was crying. They put me on antibiotics, but again, gave me no pain medicine. And I was there for a good 8 hours before I was transferred to the last hospital, which is where I got my surgery, and they gave me morphine. And the whole ride over to the hospital, they was like, you haven't received any pain medicine? And I was just like, no. And they were like in shock, like, how are you still enduring all of this? How are you not crying or whatever? And it was more so, I thought that I was crying because I was irritated. Like, I'm one of those people, like, not saying I have a high pain tolerance, because I don't, but like, I'll cry because something is irritating me before I'll cry because something actually physically hurts me. So I was just more so irritated with the way I was being treated at the hospital. The second one I went to, the first hospital I went to, sorry. And like, I had to wait in the lobby the whole time. Like, they didn't even put me in a room. Like, I was in the lobby for 8 hours. They would just call me back frequently to either take my blood or give me a COVID test, which is the most uncomfortable thing I have ever in my life experienced. COVID tests should be fucking illegal. Like, the way they take them, that hurt worse than any shot, IV, needle they put in my body. That COVID test, like, bro, thankfully I was negative, but that hurt so bad, y'all. So yeah, I hate those. Well, it wasn't like a painful thing. It was very uncomfortable. They literally sticking something up your nose and then it burns. Like, it was very uncomfortable. But anyways, so I just had a really bad experience at the first hospital I went to. The second one was great. I had a great nurse. As soon as I got there, she made sure I was comfortable. She put me on morphine. The morphine really didn't help me. It made me sleepy, but it didn't really conceal the pain. But as long as I wasn't putting any pressure on my face, I was fine. Also, I had, when it was time for me to get the actual surgery, I had 2 doctors. There were 2 men, 2 white men, and one you can tell was kind of new, and the other one was more, I guess, seasoned. They're both fairly young, but you could tell like one had been doing this before and the other one hadn't. And when I tell you, I've never been so uncomfortable in my life, having someone literally like operating on my face. So they did do it on the inside, thank God, because I was really worried about them like, I guess, cutting into my face, because when I asked the nurse, they was like, we don't know, it depends on how bad it is, whether or not they're going to do it from the inside out or the outside in. So thankfully they did it on the inside out. The one that was, I guess, in training, I'm gonna call him the doctor in training because he didn't know what the fuck he was doing. He was nice. The other one was very, like, I'm not gonna say rude, but dismissive, maybe I should say. He would, let's say, so sitting there, I can only open my mouth so wide. Even to this day, like, look, if I try to smile, like, this one doesn't, it don't even go up. Like, it still doesn't move. So imagine me trying to open my mouth. So if I try to open my mouth, that's how big I can, I don't even think I can get it this big whenever I was in a hospital, because of course it was bigger. You guys saw the pictures. So they're literally jamming their big manly hands into my mouth, trying to open it, you know, making sure like they're cleaning it, you know, the little thing that sucks all the
saliva and stuff out your mouth. Like, it was very painful. They numbed me up, so they gave me like little shots, and they numbed me up, and that didn't even help. Like, the doctor that was, I guess, more like the veteran doctor was on this side of me, and then the inexperienced one was on this side of me. The inexperienced guy, every time he did something, he's like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "This not gonna hurt. Are you okay?" Blah blah. Other doctors like jamming his fingers in, moving him out the way. This doctor goes to cut my gums to make the incision. He's like, "You sure you want to cut there?" What you mean, are you sure you want to cut there? If he's not supposed to cut there, tell him that. Don't be asking 21 questions playing on my face. Like, he was like, and then he was like, "What's wrong if I cut there?" He's like, "I wouldn't cut there. If I were you, I would do this, but you don't have to." Why are you being passive aggressive during surgery? And I'm literally awake during all of this. And I'm just like, well, can one of y'all make up your mind on where to cut? So blah, blah. And then he went to do something else. And the doctor was like, "Do you think that's the best move to make? Think about her healing journey. Do you think blah, blah?" And then so this whole time, I'm like literally like screaming, because this doctor is like, I feel like it would have been quicker if this doctor didn't stop the inexperienced doctor every 5 minutes asking him, "Hey, should you do that? Maybe you shouldn't do that. If I was you, I would try this." Like, just tell him, I'm not a test dummy. I'm not a test dummy. And that's what kind of prolonged the surgery. And keep in mind, both of their hands, that is 20 fingers in my mouth, jam packed while they're doing this. So every time he stopped, that was more pressure. And he literally had this lip on top of my teeth. So like my bottom teeth are like literally like piercing through my lip. Y'all, I was in so much pain. And this doctor, bless his heart, he was like, "Are you okay? Do you need more, morphine? Like, are you okay?" This doctor, "She's fine. She's fine." I'm like, first of all, I'm not fine. And I'm in pain because of you. And so whenever this doctor left the room, he was like, "Yeah, give that everything you extracted, give it to your nurse, and they'll be here to discharge you later." That he left. The other doctor, the inexperienced one, he was still in my room. He was like, "Hey, are you okay?" And I looked at him, and he's like, it's like we just made eye contact, and we knew like he was an asshole. He was not gentle at all. He made the experience 10 times worse. I was just like, "I'm okay, thank you." And it was just like, I feel like I'm constantly, that whole weekend, I was just like, I'm okay. And like, I wasn't okay. And that's my fault for not speaking up. So I want to just tell everyone, like, especially if you're a Black person and you go to the doctor, like, they ask you on a scale of 1 to 10 how your pain is, always say 10. Say 11, because they don't take you seriously at all. I was trying to thug it out and not be a baby or brat about it and be like, "Oh, it's like a 6. Oh, it's like a 7. No, like that. No, they didn't give me any. My face was swollen, y'all. I didn't get any help or any pain medicine until an hour before my surgery. And I had been dealing with the hospitals for at least a good 8 to 10 hours by this time. So yeah, they extracted the teeth. I have a slit in my cheek on the inside too. It's been draining. So I'm constantly like, hope it's not TMI. I'm constantly like spitting out blood. Y'all see how dark that is? I'm spitting out blood. I'm spitting out pus. It's kind of just like when you get like your tooth removed, like a wisdom tooth or something, and you gotta eat like soft foods or whatever. I've been drinking nothing but smoothies. Honestly, you don't have much of an appetite when you got blood clots and shit floating around in your mouth. So it's not a big deal. I'm not starving myself. I just don't. If I need something on my stomach, I've been drinking green tea. I've been drinking smoothies. If I want something sweet, I've been eating Jell-O and pudding. And if I just really need something, I've been eating noodles. So that's just been me for the last couple of days. I've lost like 5-6 pounds though. I ain't mad at it. But yeah, like my face, I can't smile. Yeah, I want to post pictures. It hurts to laugh. Like they also didn't give me they didn't prescribe me any pain medicine, which I didn't know if it's because I really didn't need it or it's a race thing. Cause they don't want us getting addicted to perks and Vicodin and shit. But honestly, my pain hasn't been that bad. I only took pain medicine once or twice since I've been home. It's been like for a headache. So I already had like aspirin at home. So yeah, I actually feel fine. Everyone's been hitting me up like, how are you feeling? I feel fine. I just have blood clots in my mouth. I made it home, thank God. I'm not like high on drugs. I go back to work tomorrow. So the recovery process actually has been fine. But it was really scary because I went through all of that by myself. And, you know, in a way, it kind of helped me because I think this whole healing journey that I've been on, because stay tuned, I'm gonna have a video about healing after this video. But the whole healing journey that I've been on, I've been trying to learn how to be okay by myself. And God has been putting me in those situations where I had to be by myself. And I couldn't rely on my mom or my parents or my grandma, like nobody. That was definitely that moment. But overall, the experience in the hospital, even though the second hospital, but third place I went to, even though that was a better experience than the first one, I definitely don't like hospitals. If I would ever get pregnant, I wouldn't want to go to a hospital to have my child. They showed me that my pain tolerance does not matter. I just didn't feel well taken care of, and I wouldn't trust my child around those people. So I'm definitely going to be looking for a doula, or what is it called? Is it called a doula? You know, I'm probably going to have an at-home water birth, which is something I've always wanted to do anyway. But yeah, fuck hospitals. I don't fuck with them. And other than that, I'm good. I'm great. These are clip-ins, not my hair. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and until next time, bye guys.